Time now for the second semi-final in the compound men's Hyundai Archery World Cup final here in Yankton.
Shooting on target, number 1, representing the United States of America, Braden Gellenthien. Shooting on target, number 2, representing the United States of America, Kris Schaff. Line judge for this match will be World Archery's Kris Schaff.
Well, what a lineup we have. It's an all-American affair in America in one of the famous archery towns. Kris Schaff here with Braden Gellenthien backing him up as coach. And Kris Schaff goes up against Braden Gellenthien, who has his wife Tanya in the box. Gellenthien looking mean and serious and up for business. Place in gold medal match up for grabs. Kris Schaff is going to get us underway.
10, X-ray.
Great start from him. Definitely got that sight mark right this time.
10.
Looks pretty solid, but a long hold. Difficult to see, might just be touching the line.
Good, strong shot, you got it. Nice and smooth, nice and...
10, X-ray.
Well, the pair of them inseparable through the first end. Anything standing out for you there? I mean, they're both looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I think we just need to wait for the call on Kris's arrow. That second one, we couldn't really see where it landed because of the angle of the arrow shaft. So just make sure what that official confirmation is. But both looking pretty solid in their form. Yeah, that's in, isn't it? Braden was like burning a hole in the target with his eyes after that first shot.
Well, 29s apiece for the pair of them. And nothing to separate them.
Look at their stance, both of them really close together. Almost come a bit of a fashion thing, I think, really, having your feet so close together. Can you get enough stability from that?
Well, both putting it into the tens. Well, look at you, coach. I mean, what would you say to an archer about stance and how far your feet should be apart on the shooting line?
I'd be kind of shoulder width, you know. You see a lot of compounders at the moment have them quite narrow, and you know, if you are getting blown around, is that as stable as you can be? I mean, conditions right now are not too bad at all.
They've been excellent, haven't they, today? But I get your point. If it's blowing out there and you've got a wide base, it's going to be very tricky to stay still. Schaff getting his first perfect and a 59. From Gellenthien there for his first perfect. Interesting to see his release aid as well. Gellenthien, a bit unusual compared to everyone else in the field.
Yeah, he's shooting it by putting like his little finger on the back and just pulling that round, and that helps rotate the release aid and makes it go off. So yeah, it is unusual, a little bit different. Clearly works.
Well, saw Tanya Gellenthien talking to her husband in the coaching box, and that's Braden Gellenthien sporting a Say When face mask. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's in reference to Doc Holliday, a sharpshooter in the UK Corral. Probably quite relevant to him. Need to be an accurate shooter.
Who will face Matthias Fuller for the bronze medal? Either way, we can say this.
Certainly not in Texas, though. Up here in South Dakota. And these two Americans will have the support of the crowd behind them.
Good, strong shot. Smooth.
Whatever happens, one of them will be going for bronze and one of them will be going for gold.
Yes.
10.
Keep him coming. Good,
So
strong.
watch that little finger on the top of the release aid, just help him rotate it round, setting it off.
Opportunity now for
Good,
Kris
strong shot. You got it.
Kris using his whole hand, using his back tension, so release aid rotates and goes.
X-ray.
One more. Just let him fire. Trust it.
Wasn't happy.
Another 9.
Good, strong
He just knew,
shot.
didn't he? The balance wasn't there, or he was just slightly off in his aiming, and
Got lots of time.
Kris just helping his arrow back onto the arrow rest.
Yes.
10, 10, 10. X-ray on the last shot.
Second consecutive perfect. Finally puts it in the middle, but a 28 means that he has fallen behind by 2 and he's shaking his head already. Mustn't dwell on it, he's got to carry on shooting, but look at the smile on the face of Kris Schaff. Again, very relaxed, communicating with people in the crowd.
Yeah, it's important between these ends to relax as much as possible. You can't keep up that level of concentration, and also the nerves kind of build, you know, having that time out just to relax and switch off a bit before you refocus and get back on that shooting line.
Well, he's got Braden Gellenthien in the box with him, also kind of calm, cool, collected character, full of life. Is it usual to have a recurver in a compounder's box? I mean, does it? What can Braden Gellenthien tell Kris Schaff about compound shooting?
It's not about telling him technique at this point or how to shoot his bow. It's all about controlling your mind and all this tension and what's at stake.
Well, what's at stake here is a place in the gold medal match. Braden Gellenthien's fallen 2 points behind and will shoot first in the 4th end. Needs to rectify things straight away here and starts with a 10.
Strong shot, Kris. You got it. Smooth.
Montana's Mountain Man with a
Like
10.
he slightly leant back with that shot, slightly higher in the 10.
Boom. X-ray.
Braden not looking happy with these shots. They're not feeling like he wants them to.
Yeah, that's
10
right.
rings.
Little fly wandering down the shaft of
Strong shot.
Chris's arrow.
Trust it.
10 rings.
Well, just what the doctor ordered. Put some pressure down. Second perfect for Gellenthien. 117.
9.
And just pulls that one out wide. And so Gellenthien closes the gap by 1 because Schaff drops a point. That fly nearly took it as well, didn't it?
Braden Gellenthien with 117 points.
Just potentially showing a little bit of tension there from Kris Schaff at the finishing line, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, just dropping a point, you know, he's going to be aware of that, and he can't afford to drop points with Braden Gellenthien the other side of him.
Get a good view of Gellenthien shaking his head. He's still thinking about that drop point, the drop points in the last end. By the looks of things, he needs to move on there.
I think he's in the present. I think the shots he's shooting right now aren't quite how he wants them to be. He thought those were going to go low, trying to raise his arm up and get them in the 10. He did enough, but he's just not happy right now, and there's not a place you want to be in. You've got to reset your mind, get back into those normal thoughts and feelings.
And will he be able to drive some motivation out of the fact that he has, despite not shooting well, closed the gap by a point?
Yeah, it's definitely going to help, but the score doesn't matter. Stick to the process.
Well, last chance here for the process to work for Gellenthien. One behind, fifth end of this semi-final.
10 points.
Good, strong shot. You got this.
A bit of shaking and tension now.
Sorry.
Gone low.
All right. You're good.
9 points.
2 more good shots, right?
And the door opens again.
Faster shot, more solid.
You got this. Strong shot. Finish.
Important arrow, this one.
Yes.
10 points.
Exactly what he needed. He had to put the pressure back on Gellenthien.
Well, it's going to change hands once more after this shot into the 10. Big pressure, a third perfect for a 1-4-7. A 10 required to force the shoot off now. He needs to let go of this one. He's dropped it into the 9. And from a winning position, Kris Schaff has put in 2 9s in the 5th end. And Braden Gellenthien has put in a perfect 30 to go through to the gold medal match. It was all there for the taking, but Braden Gellenthien clung on to his process and he's through to shoot for gold.
Deep breaths for Boston boy over there as Kris Schaff prepares his line for the challenge of taking
Well, how quickly things can turn around as we get confirmation there of a win for Braden Gellenthien. Hey, it was easy. Look at him, he's all cool and calm and collected now. It was nothing but easy.